Morbius was, is, and will forever be the greatest movie of all time. Selling more than 1 trillion tickets worldwide, Dr. Michael Morbius, played by the beloved internet personality Charlie Moist Critical, proved to be the heart-wrenching anti-hero we never knew we needed, but now that we have him, we can't imagine life without. His heroic tale of striving to become better, and his tearful downfall as he grappled with the difficult choices in life, such as whether to get the blue or the red slush puppy, culminated into what will no doubt go down in history as the greatest Marvel movie of all time. Also, this movie has Matt Smith, and I'm just saying, if I was asked smash or pass with this guy, I would definitely smash. Now, how could I, a Rogue Lineage player, show my appreciation for this monumental movie that will forever stay in my heart? By doing what I do best. What I do alright? Okay, fine. By doing something that I do passably. Making a Rogue Lineage character. Now, first things first was to figure out the build. In order to do this, I did what any sane person would do. I rented Morbius on YouTube Movies for $15.99, got together with some friends, and watched it for the second time. Now, this time wasn't just for pleasure, though it was of course euphoric to be watching Morbius again so soon after my first viewing. No. Whilst my friends revelled in the glory of the movie, I had a LibreOffice spreadsheet open and was jotting down all the moments in the movie that could be considered a rogue move. For example, this scene where a hater tries to shoot Morbius, this counts as awakening. See how he dodges to the side before it hits him? So, after 108 minutes, I had a completed spreadsheet to determine what Morbius's class should be. Over the course of the movie, Morbius uses 27 unique rogue moves for a total of 60 uses overall. These vary from race abilities to edict abilities to class abilities. Analysing all of this data has helped me to compile the best possible match for a Rogue Lineage recreation of Dr. Michael Morbius. The most used race ability? Bloodline. This means the most apt race for Morbius would be Hazelden, which is good, since that's a race that also shares the pale complexion and dark hair of the character. The subclass is to be Alchemist. Multiple times over the course of the movie, he brews various concoctions, and of course, he is to be an evamp, using feed a total of 6 times. It's also worth noting how he uses stealth 7 times, so thief base class is important to the character as well. And finally, the class. Some of you may have already guessed, but the closest class to Morbius is Oni. God fucking damn it. Making use of 20 total moves from the Oni class line, Morbius is the closest to an Oni. So, the final build is to be an Evamp Hazelden Oni, with the Alchemist subclass and the Thief base class. And so, I made a Roblox account, Doc Michael Morbius, re-rolled for Hazelden, and bought the Name Changer Game Pass, in order to get the name Michael. By the way, I lost footage for this first bit, so I'm going to be recreating it with my amazing editing. I began as Michael, a Hazelden freshie who started his journey 1v1ing Goku, who, by the way, played cooldowns before fucking off. I, of course, with my immense skill, didn't die once, until an obviously exploiting bunch of Ultras rocked up in Sentinel, killing me instantly. But I had the last laugh, as the Morbid Solans who ended up gripping me turned out to be an active member of the LeBron Discord, link in the description, Rockstock's box. So, I pinged him with the following image. I think this angle really captures my rage. Anyways, as penance for his heinous crimes, I was boosted to max Phalions and dripped out before I wiped the Morbid Solans and got on with the solo progression. Now that I had max Phalions, I pulled up my favourite website, the Rogue Lineage Wikipedia, and grabbed the page on the superclass needed for Oni, Akuma. To start off the progression, I waddled on over to Z-Scream Pit, where I acquired my 12 Z-Screams worth of Fist XP, before zipping over to Flowerlight to further my drip. When it comes to the drip of Morbius, the closest thing to a lab coat or his hoodie would be the Spider Cloak. Considering the fact that the Spider Cloak is an artifact and that 6 of my accounts have been rigging at some point, I think I'm gonna pass on that one. In the comics, Morbius the Living Vampire is often depicted wearing a black and blood red outfit. This is easier to find an equivalent to than the outfits of Morbius in his movie, so I did a bit of digging on the wiki, and I managed to find the Grim Rogue armor. It has alright stats, making me faster like Morbius in the movie, whilst also being close in design to the comic outfit he wears. But that was a while off anyway. After getting my Z-Scream XP finished, I headed over to Scroomville where I popped off and solo progressed all my kills for Akuma. Terminating Taco and I then went over to Ethan in the Sea of Dust and bought my Akuma skills. I blacksmithed on the Riddler for a while, then gave the silver over to Michael. At this point, a global restore was given out to the citizens of Rogue Lineage, so Michael had 4 lives, one of which he gave to create some boring meta build. I went and grabbed the rest of the grips I needed and skedaddled over to Tundra, easily one-comboing the snake with the skill oozing from each pore on my masculine torso. Next, I scampered on over to Big Hoss, paid for his McDonald's Happy Meal, and acquired my skills in Oni Beads. How inspirational. Now that I had Ultra Class, I needed to go back and get the base classes for Merc Carry, Spear Dodges, and Pickpocket. Of course, Z-Screams are no problem for a rogue veteran such as myself.
Symphony's not that bad.
No, because there's a
untitled
disease screw.
Yeah. It's pretty actually.
Clearly, these Z-Screams were exploiting. But it's fine. I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen again to Morbius. On the way back to Orsfall to grab my Spear Dodges, I snagged a blood form, finally becoming the living vampire I was always meant to be. With my newfound power, there was only one thing to do. Try and eat all my friends. What could possibly go wrong?
No! You killed him.
So hungry.
He's got max hunger now.
He died.
So hungry.
He got...
It's okay. In the end, I killed the boosted druid and got my dish of the day, so I was pacified for now. I grabbed my second PD, went back to 3 lives, and went back to subclass grinding. After this, I bought my Grim Rogue's armor using purple dye to darken it slightly. Soon after, my friends decided it was time to gang, and, being the incredibly skilled player I am, I lended them a hand. After this breathtaking performance, in which I boss raided the entirety of the house, our resident German, Freddy Percival von Lazyington IV, decided he just had to give Michael Tomeless. After this, I had a little spellcasting session with Weiger Jottenheimer. I'm sure nothing will go wrong! I'm freezing to death.
You froze him to death, well done, dickheads.
I went and drank like a king, quickly securing my status as an elder vampire. All I had left to do by this point was to get Snap Ignis and get to day 20 to create House Morbius. What could go wrong?
Oh, you killed him, you killed him.
No!
You fucking idiot!
I hate all of my housemates. Finally, I hit day 20, creating the fabled House Morbius. Okay, look, I had spent 20 hours playing this guy, just come off a shift from work, been killed for the 7th time, had 400 ping, and it was 1:30 AM. I just wanted to go to bed and I was not going to sit there for half an hour finding the best alternative to House Morbius. But finally, after all this time, I had done it. I had made Michael Morbius in Rogue Lineage. And as I settled down in my castle, I reminisced about all the good times I had in this progression.
It's pinned, ain't it?
Okay, they're good, they're good, they're good. Bro, they just pop monastic stance, be careful. Oh, dude! You just... Jacob, you just threw me off the fucking sky castle.
I meant to aim towards the throne room. I'll give you a PD.
Jacob! I am never touching Rogue Lineage again!